Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use a promo code JUICE. Get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. All right, here's what we got. 3 more basketball picks coming at you. One pro, 2 college. Recap what we did last night. Good night, 2-0-1. Maybe 3-0, depending on where you got that Syracuse number. But, hey, not going to complain. Nice little slate. Syracuse, they won 67-62. I gave it out as +5. Although I think a lot of places it closed 5.5, even higher. So hopefully you got that extra hook. Hopefully you got that nice sweat, too. You know, it kind of just came down to missed shot up 4, almost being fouled. It was just right there. One of these classic, are they going to foul again? You know, what's going to happen here? So Syracuse got the push. But again, hopefully you had the 5.5, got that cover. Nets minus 8.5. They won and covered 121-104. In control for first half, dominated. Then Lakers came roaring back in the third quarter, then completely blew it in the fourth. So nice closeout victory, and more importantly, a cover for the Brooklyn Nets. And then last but not least, this one also came down to the wire. Texas laying 3.5. They won 76-71. But again, they needed those couple extra free throws to hit at the end. Texas was kind of in control of the game for the most part, the entire game. So it would have been really, really frustrating not to get that cover, but they did. So shout out to you, Texas. Horns up. I don't know. Is there such thing as horns up, or am I just making that? I assume they probably just do like hook 'em horns. They don't go horns up, because then if you do horns up, it reminds you how fun horns down is. And no one wants that. I'm going to actually have to blur that video out because it's too graphic of a gesture. I love how they were banning that. Like, come on. It's so fun to do. Hey, you know what else is fun? Getting a year premium for free of Betting Pros. All you got to do, go to youtube.com/bettingpros, hit subscribe, comment on this video or any video here, and each comment is a separate entry for your chance to win that free year of that sweet, sweet, sweet Betting Pros Premium. If you don't feel like winning the contest, bettingpros.com/upgrade. Bet smarter, not harder. All right, here we go. First up, the National Basketball Association Clippers at Bulls. Taking the Bulls plus 3.5 over at BetMGM. Love taking the Bulls as a dog because they're good as a dog. 18-11 ATS as an underdog. Kawhi and Paul George looks like they feel like playing, so they're going to play in this game. Nice of them. Nice of them to show up and play in the game. Again, get off my lawn, but I saw someone tweeted out that Michael Jordan in his last season at age 38 played all 82 games. I don't know how he's still alive today, the way that everyone else in the league is handling their load management. But Kawhi and Paul are scheduled to play. We'll see. There's always a chance they decide a little back tightness, a little sore knee, not really feeling it. You know, Capricorns and rising, whatever these guys come up with. So we'll see. Either way, I like the Bulls. Clippers don't have a ton of depth. I mean, part of it is Paul George and Kawhi always being out. But really, they have a ton of other guys all banged up. John Wall continues to be out. But, yeah, pretty thin depth-wise. And Bulls coming off a nice win against the Magic. And I know what you're thinking, Sean. Are the Magic really good? The Magic are an interesting team. They just beat my Sixers, which was hilariously embarrassing. So glad I didn't bet on that game because, you know, Sixers were up like, I don't know, 30 points at one point, like 25, I think it was. And they let the Magic win outright, came back. It was just, and at home, it's bastard Magic. But Bulls, nice win over the Magic last time they played. And they kind of needed that confidence boost. And Chicago really is a team that when they get hot, they get hot. Really, they're really, really good against the spread off a win. 14-6-2 ATS. So they're coming off that win as a home dog, as an underdog. A lot of situations. I like the Bulls. So give me the Bulls plus 3.5 against the Clippers. Next up, we got UNLV at Colorado State. I'm laying the 2.5 with Colorado State over on FanDuel. Just ram it, baby. It's actually the Los Angeles Rams, but Colorado State. More fun Rams. I was actually in Colorado earlier, well, I guess now last April. Saw some Rams in real life. Way scarier than they are on TV. Unless you're talking about Sean McVay, not scary at all. Fort Collins, though, nice home court elevation. Always love some secret elevation. Colorado State, deadly from the 2-point range, 56.2%, good enough for 13th in the country. You know, UNLV wins have come from creating turnovers on the defensive side. The thing is, Colorado State's pretty good at not turning it over. So I think that's going to be a huge edge. Like, if there's something you do really good in UNLV when they do get their wins, and there haven't been a ton this season, especially in conference, both teams are actually pretty bad in conference. Colorado State, though, is just good at keeping it, you know, not turning it over, not giving them some easy buckets, which I think is going to make it tough for UNLV to get the win and or the cover. And last but not least, Colorado State 9-3 straight up. Last 12 against UNLV. They got this. Come on, Rams. Just ram it. Indiana at Maryland. Last game of the slate. Big Ten basketball. I'm going with the home team. Give me the Terps. Laying 2.5 over at BetMGM. Maryland struggles on the road, but at home, man, a completely different team. 11-1 at home. Maryland good ATS as well at home. So 11-1 straight up, 9-3 against the number. Indiana, meanwhile, just looks horrible on the road. 1-5-1 ATS. Indiana also 10th in the Big Ten at free throw shooting. Indiana's strength, you know, again, kind of the similar handicap with the Colorado State game. Hey, what is UNLV's strength? Okay, is that a weakness for Colorado State? It isn't. And actually, they match up pretty well there, so it made me even feel more confident about Colorado State. Similar angle here. You know, Maryland is really good at, well, relatively good at defending the three, and Indiana's strength is the three-point shooting. So if Indiana's not getting by with their three ball, and again, like I said, they're not good at free throws, I think this is a prime spot for Maryland. Like, that's how you're going to win on the road. Hit a couple threes, but again, Maryland closes out at the line, behind the arc there. That would be great if you could close out at the line, at the free throw line. That would make free throw shots so much more entertaining if they let you play a little bit of defense. Come on, not just like every once in a while. Maybe it's like once a game you get to defend the free throw shooter with no warning. Be kind of fun. It's like using your timeouts. You only get a couple of games. Love Maryland here. It's just, again, great spot for them. Indiana struggles on the road, the free throws. It's everything I look when fading a team. So, yeah, give me the Terps here, laying 2.5. Feels like a good spot for them. And it's Big Ten basketball. Home court matters a lot, especially in some of these Big Ten games. I wouldn't be surprised. Is it going to be lit on a Tuesday night here in Maryland? We'll see, but I think they got a pretty decent home court. And then Colorado State minus 2.5 over on FanDuel against UNLV. Again, the secret elevation, knock on wood, that we actually get these covers in the second half. I know it's been a disaster with some of these first half leads that completely unravel. But when your team's playing at elevation, makes it that harder to blow second half leads because eventually the conditioning hits a wall. And I know they're young kids. Again, I feel old calling anyone in their 20s kids, but that's kind of where we're at. And then last but not least, got to get a little home dog action here. Bulls plus 3.5. And feel free to sprinkle the Bulls on the money line. Bulls plus 3.5 over on BetMGM. Bulls are just great as a dog. And, the Clippers, like this resting load management stuff, I just feel like it jacks up your chemistry. I know the idea is like, hey, just get to the playoffs. We'll figure it out once they get to the playoffs. But, man, it just feels like an auto fade in the regular season. I know they've shown up occasionally and really not as bad against the number as I would think. But don't like them here at all in the spot. Bulls as the home dog. So Bulls plus 3.5. Colorado State minus 2.5. Maryland minus 2.5. And, of course, as always, head over to BetMGM.com. Use our promo code JUICE. Get that $1,000 risk-free bet. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast. And you know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.